Good afternoon, it's Lindsay. It's Saturday, February 17th, 2026. And of course, I'm gonna go ahead and document more of this bullshit stalking harassment program that I'm being subject to by this organization, I suppose, who people are trying to get revenge on me because I've been exposing their corruption and their drug dealing and all the shit that they're involved with. And so I'm going to talk about that right now, because just a brief video about that. So this man who's stalking me and harassing me because I have exposed who he is and what he's been doing to me. His name is Luis Valdez, and I'm doing this for my own protection because this man is stalking me. And what he's doing is he's making up a story that the person that he's with right now, this woman, whatever her name, this Nydia Cardenas lady, whatever, his girlfriend, he's claiming that she is stalking him and that she hacked into his Instagram account, Facebook, and all that crap. Well, that's a lie. They've been involved. I don't know how long they've known each other. They've known each other for quite a long time, I suppose. And so whatever they're doing, they're trying to make it, because basically I suspect what my intuition tells me is that he and this woman are working in tandem to try to get something from me, to try to steal my money, to try to do something against the law that has to do with me, because I figured out that he's a liar and that he's a part of this government gang stalking program, and he's a perpetrator, and he works probably with the police and corrupt agencies, and it's about money, it's about financial control. And since I know that this man has been paid by somebody, and I believe somebody in my own so-called toxic fucking family, to do this to me because of money, to keep me from my inheritance, and it's obvious to me that that's what's going on. And so because I've been talking about it and documenting it for so long now about all this stuff, he's getting revenge. He's retaliating in ways to try to make it look like I'm the one who's like stalking and harassing him and all this shit, when in fact, no, he's the one who keeps showing up at my house, harassing me and doing all this stuff, in lying about, and he's a liar. Okay, he's a complete total psychopath liar. And so I just have to document this because I know what he's doing, I see what he's up to, and I'm not dumb, and I can't continue to let this man harass me in this kind of way and invade my privacy, coming around here uninvited, just showing up at my door, and it's very obvious that he's surveilling me. It's really obvious because the timing and the patterns of when he shows up as soon as I'm getting off the treadmill, or these people have an agenda, and the agenda with him is to control every aspect of my life, including if I exercise or not, and when I exercise, if I eat. It's like the people who do these kinds of things like that, when they're trying to control your schedule, these are master manipulators, and they're psychopaths, because normal, healthy individuals don't feel the need to control other people. Why would he need to be doing that to me when I'm not even what's up with that, except that he is trying to get something out of it financially, or trying to exploit me in a way of which is either very perverted or illegal. And this is a clear indication that this man is a psychopath. I don't care what anybody says. You can disagree with me, but I have watched his behavior and seen what he does over the past 3 years of being around this man, and how he manipulates, how he lies, how he takes advantage, how he exploits, and how he acts entitled. And acts like he owns this house. He acts like he owns me. He acts like he... And I'm not even... Thank God I'm not... Imagine being like... Can you imagine that if you were stuck in a marriage with a psychopath like that? For people out there who are literally married via contract to some kind of person like that who's trying to control every aspect of your life and trying to prevent you from living your own life. Imagine that. And thank God I'm not dumb enough to, or thank God I'm not, but thank God. But these people have, like with him, it's like some kind of a covenant or invisible contract that they think that they have with their victims, okay? I never fucking signed a contract with that man. I never agreed to anything. I never gave him access to my bank account. I never told him one fucking thing about anything of my personal financial information. Yet every single time that he would come to my house, he'd want to know things about how much money I had. He was starting to get interrogating me about my finances, and it's none of his fucking business, okay? Who the fuck does he think to come around and try to control my finances? I'm 51 years old, okay? This man is clearly has an agenda with his victims when it comes to financial abuse. He targets women who probably have some money, or maybe or have an inheritance, or maybe they or whatever. He targets people to try to overtake their finances. And I think that he does that because he feels that he is probably he's a scammer. He's a con man, and he takes advantage of people. And it's obvious. I can see from his behavior. I can see when I talk to him that he's lying to me, because he starts moving around and he starts making little movements that indicate that he's lying to me. From his body language, I can tell everything about this man. And he thinks that I'm dumb enough, or that I can't figure that out. So most of the time I've just gone along with this bullshit just to humor, because it's almost so ridiculously funny at this stage of how far these psychopaths will go to try to push their victim on the edge of insanity. And the agenda of what they're trying to do to me is they're trying to basically fucking get me to commit suicide, or to get me killed with anxiety, to have a heart attack because of all the stress, the induced paranoia and stress and anxiety and pressure that they put on their targets. When these people are sick, they're mentally sick, deranged, demonically possessed psychopaths. And I suppose that this man has gotten so much shit that he's been involved with over the years, so much toxicity, that I have become his target of abuse. And it's going to continue, because especially now that I keep on documenting what he's doing and talking about it and making videos about it. And I've caught him various times on video. I've filmed him coming over here, stalking me. I've got it on film. He tries to manipulate. They're very manipulative, and they use blackmail to try to, and they use coercive abuse, which is another thing that men, it's like you're a bully. He's a bully on steroids. He acts like an untamed animal. You take away the suit and the tie or whatever the fuck they're wearing, and it's just like an animal. They behave like an animal, an aggressive animal who is needy, who's codependent, who's demanding. And it's like, you belong in a barn with other animals or something, but don't treat me like a fucking doormat. It's very disrespectful, and you're supposed to just act like it's okay, like it's acceptable behavior, and remain silent about this kind of abuse. No, because if the more I've remained silent, the worse it gets. If I talk about it, it gets bad. But I have to do this for my own protection, because I don't know what this man is capable of doing to me. He's going to try to probably kill me. I suspect that he's got connections with these mafia people, drug dealers, Mexican cartel, whatever the fuck, Puerto Rican, that they are going to try to kill me, is what I think. He's going to try to do something. He's already destroyed my life in too many ways, enough ways. And at least I'm brave enough to talk about it, because the fucking police in this city don't believe me. If I go to the police, they're not going to believe me. They're going to take his side because he's a Latino, Hispanic. And so there's all this biased shit going on where they support their own people. And I'm not, it's obvious that if you're Hispanic, you're probably going to support the Hispanics or whatever. That's what it feels like, at least. It's like nobody believes me. Nobody's on my side or whatever that's supposed to mean, but that's literally how it feels. It's like I'm completely, they try to isolate you and they try to make you look delusional and crazy when in fact they're the ones who are doing everything. I don't go to this man's house and fucking stalk him. I have no desire to. I don't even want to know what the fuck he's doing, except the only reason I am making these videos is because he keeps coming around to fucking harass me. And so I do talk about it, but I've never once gone to his fucking job at that goddamn Saks Fifth Avenue or his house because I don't want to. But I'm just saying I could do all that shit. I could get in my car and start going to his fucking work and stalking him at his job or asking questions, or I could go to his house, but I'm not going to do that because I have dignity and respect for myself. Okay, I'm not going to do that kind of shit. But if this man continues to harass me at my house, on my property, coming into my porch, knocking on the fucking door, staying there for 20 minutes sometimes, won't leave me alone. I mean, today, it's Sunday. I finished doing, as soon as I finished getting off a workout machine, who comes up knocking on the fucking door? That asshole. Who's at the fucking door? The minute I finish doing my exercising he shows up at my fucking door knocking on the door. Like sticking his head through the window with his, glasses like a fucking creep, like a fucking peeping Tom pervert, It's like, get the fuck out of here. And I was so angry. I just got the stupid yellow piece of paper that he had written his new phone number on, which I don't know what the fuck it is. I didn't save the number in my phone. He doesn't even have my new phone number, and he's sure as a fuck not going to get it. So he had given me his phone number the other day, and I just kept it on a shelf over there. He wrote it down twice, and I'm like, on a yellow sticky pad of paper. And today, I kept it for a few days, I was like, I was going to fucking burn it in the backyard, or burn it, or rip it up, or do something, or destroy it, flush it down the commode. But what I did today was he showed up, and I just opened the fucking door and ripped it up in his face and threw it out, and then said, get out of here. And that's what. And I'm hoping that, and that's all I said, and then I just stayed to myself and went about my business. And then he still kept coming, and he still was there for another 10 minutes. He wouldn't leave. Finally, he left. Finally, after about 15 minutes of just hovering around my porch like that. And then he takes off in a fury. He gets really mad and he speeds off. I could hear he gets really angry because what does he want? He comes here because he wants something from me. Obviously, he wants something that he's not getting anything from me. Okay, I'm so tired of this man's abuse. I'm so tired of his manipulative, coercive, stalking abuse. He's a perpetrator, he's a psychopath, and if I don't talk about it, I have to do this for my own sanity. I don't apologize for what I'm saying because it's 100% true. And I have the right to defend myself against somebody who's trying to destroy my peace, who's trying to destroy my life in every single way he possibly can by interfering with my life, when he has no right to be doing this to me. So, that got him the fuck out of here. He finally left, and I was like, get out, It's just nerve-wracking the way these people do this kind of shit. And plus, I mean, it's like, duh, dumb fuck. I see that you have a girlfriend on your, like, whatever. It's a waste of my energy. It's a waste of my energy to talk about it, but I had to do that video right now about that because I am content doing what I'm doing. I like my life the way it is right now. I'm working on myself. I have my own method, my own pace of what I do and how I do it. It's none of his fucking business, and he can stay the fuck out of my life forever. I hope. I don't want to see his fucking. He looks like a fucking crow, like a bird staring through the window, like a fucking peeping Tom creep is what he looks like.